You're listening to the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to make sure you get the latest episodes of the podcast. Be sure to like and share our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. India. Let's move on, talk about Pakistan, Jihan. They are T20 World Cup champions from 2009. That's the only title they won. 2 years ago, in the 2024 T20 World Cup, they were in the group stage and they didn't qualify beyond that. They had a pretty disappointing tournament. They only won one game, lost two, and one was washed out due to weather. They won four, lost two, won two. Sorry, my mistake there. In the last T20 World Cup, Pakistan. Didn't do so well. They lost to the USA in a super over from memory, which was a very good win for the USA, historical win there. Some of the players played in the recent BBL, but with differing form. Babar Azam was a bit here and there, scored some runs, but wasn't at his fluent best. Shaheen Shah Afridi played a few games for the Brisbane Heat, then got injured. And they're a bit of a hit or miss team, as we know, with Pakistan, Jihan over the years. I think everyone would say that. You would think they should qualify in this group. You would think on paper they should win against the USA, Netherlands, and Namibia in these conditions in Sri Lanka for their games. But they lost to the USA in that super over. So the memories of that, and obviously it'd be interesting to see what happens there. But it's a different set of conditions because it's in the subcontinent, whereas that game was in the USA. You would think they should qualify. But with Pakistan, nothing's really certain with them, Jihan. Are we going to see a Pakistan that's competitive? Or we're going to see a Pakistan that's going to be a bit of a disappointing Pakistan team? Because the last few ICC events, they've done pretty poorly. Champions Trophy last year, T20 World Cup 2 years ago, and even before that, they haven't really performed in ICC events. And obviously, with the game against the game against India, could be another one-sided contest again potentially. So, your thoughts on Pakistan and how they're going to go in this T20 World Cup, Jihan?
I still think they're a dangerous team, particularly in these conditions. They do have some good spinners, who a couple of them bowled quite well against Australia in that first game of the series over there just the other day. I think they are going to be a dangerous team on these sort of subcontinental type of pitches. That I can't see them losing to the USA again. Famous last words, probably, but they just need to get ahead of US, Netherlands, and Namibia to get out of their group, which I think they will. I was having a look at their records since the T20 World Cup, and they've won 4 series, they've lost 4 series, and they've drawn 1. So that's pretty 50-50, which is typical for Pakistan when you think about it. They also won a tri-series at home against Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe. So they actually are. I wouldn't say they're in great form, but they're not doing badly. They're in reasonable form. They have got. They've got. Obviously we know how good Shaheen Shah Afridi is as a fast bowler, and they've got and Naseem Shah. They've got some good spinners. And probably on these kind of wickets, they've got some good big hitters in the batting lineup as well. So I think they'll definitely get out the group, and I think they'll make it to the semi-finals. Actually,
they're one of those teams, aren't they? Pakistan, well, Pakistan cricket in general. When they're hot, they're hot, and when they're cold, they're very cold and pretty poor. So they will need to be at their best. You would think they should qualify given USA, Netherlands, and Namibia. But even with those teams, they have an opportunity to cause an upset. The USA 2 years ago to Pakistan. The Netherlands have beaten South Africa twice, and couple of ICC events, T20 World Cup in Australia in 2022, and the World Cup in India in 2023 when they defeated South Africa at Al Mashallah. And Namibia can potentially be one of those teams that you shouldn't take lightly either. So just because of those teams in the group doesn't mean it's a certainty to win. But you would think Pakistan should be able to get it done. The danger game is probably against India. And I think for Pakistan, they probably need to win. I know it's probably going to be a bit of a stretch, but if they win against India, that will be a big confidence booster for them, I think.
Well, they don't need to. They don't need to win against India. They just need to.
No,
make
they
sure
don't. But I mean, for psychologically going ahead,
it will help if they did. Yeah.
The second half of the tournament, if they beat a big team like India, then that will boost their confidence tremendously. They don't need to win against them, obviously, to qualify, which is, going to be the case if they do lose against India. But they're pretty certain to win probably the next three games in the group to qualify. Whereas the game against India, as I was trying to say, was to boost their morale and confidence against a big team like them, the favourites to win the whole tournament. And for Pakistan, obviously, the last few games against India have been very one-sided. So, just to get something going against their rivals in India and hopefully get back to winning ways against them. But it should be an interesting campaign for them, Pakistan. So I think a lot of people would say, yes, they should qualify, but it's not certain with them. We shall see. They've got quality players. They've got talent there. It's just about trying to get the combinations right and the balance between the batting and bowling. But they should be pretty good in the conditions in Sri Lanka, being from the subcontinent and all that stuff. So no doubt they should be able to adapt well to those conditions. And
hopefully they have some decent spinners as well. I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah. And the last semi-final they reached was back in 2021, which was that one against Australia where Matthew Wade did what he did there. Yes. So that's the last semi-final that they reached, Pakistan. And then obviously the following year after that, they will run us up in the final. I totally forgot about that in 2022 against England. So they will run us up when the T20 World Cup was in Australia, where England won the final and Pakistan were in the final as well and finished runners up. So they are capable of doing big things. That's just whether or not they can handle the pressure and expectations that goes with Pakistan cricket remains to be seen. But you have faith in them, Jihan. You said they're going to make it to the semis and potentially cause an upset or two.
I think they'll make it to the semis,
Yeah, we shall see with Pakistan and how they will go in this tournament. But they've got the talent, they've got the ingredients there, but they just need to put it together on the day and cope with the pressure a bit better than they have done in previous ICC events.